Yo, check it out. Today, we're going to get into this video a little different. Yo, check it out. I got Alpo Martinez talking about how he got shot in D.C., pictures of him getting shot. And I got the F.B.I. agent, RELLY, telling how Alpo got shot in D.C., why he got shot, and how he copped out to 14 murders. So if you're not tapped into the channel, keep low. Hit that thumbs up button on this video and hit the subscribe button. Let's get into this.
Do you know why Alpo got shot in D.C.? Do you know about that?
Yeah.
Can you tell us why he got shot, what you found out?
Because D.C. is that way.
I got shot because they was trying to kidnap me in D.C. I wound up getting hit that day.
You wound up getting hit?
Yeah, I wound up getting hit in my ribs. The only thing that saved me, like I said, the only thing that saved me that day, because I was going to get this girl, the only thing that saved me that day was that as I'm talking to this dude, he looks over my shoulder. And when he looked over my shoulder, I followed his eyes. And when I followed his eyes, I seen about 4 dudes coming to try to grab me.
Okay.
And I start running. Next thing I know, I feel bullets and all that coming past my head and hitting off the wall and all that. And one caught me in the ribs.
That's when you figured, hey, put Wayne Perry in effect.
Yeah.
What happened was Cliff Cobb ran most of Northeast. And Jim and Jawbreaker were the 2 hitters for Cliff's little crew. All they knew was some dude from New York was coming down and acting big. They didn't care who it was. They don't know Alpo from beans. Now, if you talk to them right now, they'd probably tell you all about how they had done background on him or something like that. You know, but they've never been brought to task for it. But they shot him. And at the same time, we were shooting dudes from L.A. When I say we, I mean my community, D.C., was shooting, Jamaicans. We were shooting anybody that came into town and tried to run an operation. Did you ever hear of a guy named L.A. Roy Summers? A-Tray Gangster Crip, one of those, big deal drug dealers from out west who tried to bring, do you know who I'm talking about? He used to bring a lot of drugs into the East Coast. And he sold all around D.C., Maryland, Virginia, would never go into D.C. Said, excuse my French, those D.C. are crazy. And so he says, I don't deal with them. I ain't going to deal with it. And he testified because he was part of the whole, California scam with the R Street crew. He's, he was telling it like it was. He says they would do a deal with you. New York or D.C. guys would do a deal with you. Expect a discount the next time around. If they didn't get the discount, they'd kill you the third time around. That was the rep that was going on outside of D.C. And so anybody that came to D.C. and wanted to operate, and whatever drove Alpo down here, whether it was the killing of Richie Porter or not, I guess it was, right? Whatever drove him down here put him in a position where he had to rely on, people like Jim and Jawbreaker, and that ain't people you rely on because they will kill you.
Albert Geddes Martinez moved from New York to the D.C. area, and he started supplying drugs to various drug dealers in the D.C. area and also in Fredericksburg, Virginia. He got immediately targeted and shot by some Northeast killers that Perry knew, but wasn't really close with. And this put Martinez in a bad position. He was, first of all, in the hospital and thought he was going to die. So he confessed all of his drug dealing activities to my partner, and he just told Angelo everything that he was doing. And so he had left New York under pretty bad conditions. There were about 4 or 5 people who wanted to kill him up there. He had been involved in the murder of a friend of a major drug dealer in Harlem. When we had Martinez in custody, and we had him in custody for about 2 or 3 months, he started to cooperate with us. We really started getting that corroborative information about many of the murders. And we were able to put together, with his cooperation, a factual sort of format as to how each case went down. Because we ended up wanting to charge all those summertime murders. And that's what we ended up doing. We charged them all. Martinez pled to 14 murders, and we ended up having him go through all of the D.C. murders that he had done with Perry, and ones that he could remember and details that he could remember. But he also knew about other cases that Perry had done that he was aware of but didn't have any firsthand knowledge.
Doing the R Street crew, and the R Street crew immediately led into the First Street crew, which we got that group done right after R Street.